Hey y'all, I'm EveAnna Manley, and today we're going to look at
Manley Labs Stereo Pultec Equalizer.
the Manley Pultec EQs. Man, that was one of the first products I worked on back in 1989 when I first joined up with David Manley. And in fact, here's a really old schematic of this unit that I drew in 1992 with a pencil. This is back before we had CAD programs and computers and things. Inside the Stereo Pultec, we first come in the XLRs into the Manley iron input transformers. You can also come in transformer-less if you don't want to hear all that transformer color. And there's a phase invert switch on the back that selects between 0 and 180 phase or XLR versus quarter-inch inputs. Then we hit the passive equalization here. It's a passive EQ because we're using resistors and capacitors and inductors to sculpt the frequency content. After we go through the passive equalization stage, we've lost a bunch of gain, so we've got to make it up. How do we do that? With vacuum tubes. This amplification stage is actually very similar to what you would find in the Vox box or our older mono mic preamps. It's a cascaded triode pair that is direct coupled into the white cathode follower output stage. And what's better sounding than a capacitor? No capacitor. That's why the direct coupling is kind of cool. All the componentry, as with all Manley products, you'll see Gray Hill switches, you'll see the Borns potentiometers. The Manley Pultec equalizers are still built like they were in the early 90s with their linear power supplies. The inductors, the multi-tapped inductors, are made by us here in Chino, California, by our magnetics department upstairs here at the factory, and we've made every one since the mid-1990s here in this building. You know, back in the late 1980s, the original Pultecs were long gone, and there were only two other companies making Pultec-style EQs when we came out with this unit. The original Pultecs, remember, were 3U high for one channel, and the first mono units that we did, we fit them in 1U rack spaces because at that time, back then, rack spaces were at a premium. So we really took a lot of pride in being able to make things compactly. And why do we call it an enhanced Pultec? Well, at the time, we were making it in 1/3 of the space, and there are a couple extra frequencies that the original did not have. Also, it's a completely different vacuum tube stage here. There's no interstage transformer, and it's probably a little cleaner sounding than the originals. This is real hardware, guys. It's going to be working in 50 years.